Right here. All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of Gar Capital. It is Tuesday, not Monday. Tuesday, May 30th, 2023. Thanks for taking the time out of your day to join me this morning and every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the YouTube channel. Bottom right-hand corner of your screen, little black logo. Click on that. Turn on notifications. Subscribe to our channel. Appreciate you guys as always. We did a video on Friday recapping our trades. If you missed that, make sure to take a look at that so you don't miss any videos. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. Let's rock. Dow futures up about 4 points. Nasdaq soaring 194 points. S&P 24 points, up 42.37. Russell down 0.32%. Crude oil down 2%. 71.14. Gasoline futures down 1.89%. Gold futures are up 0.43%, 1971. Silver futures down about 0.45%. Copper, 0.37% to the downside. 107.20 for the euro dollar. 139.89 for the dollar yen. I'm looking to actually short that. I'm going to wait for the break of 139 and below. 124.19 on the pound dollar. Bitcoin is up 28,120. 1922 for Ethereum futures. Here is the market. Let's go ahead and take a look first at the dollar yen. I know I got a couple things to discuss here. Dollar yen, I'm waiting for a break of 139. Then I'll target 137.69 for a short. Here is what I'm looking for. We need to break below the 200 moving average on the 1 hour. So again, dollar yen is on my radar for Forex. Let's take a look at the dollar. Dollar pulling back a little bit, obviously, but again, let's see if we get a little bit of a pullback on it and we can take advantage. 10-year treasury yields 3.739. Again, the big news is the debt deal for the debt ceiling. Nothing has been ratified or passed, but at least in principle. Volatility index, the VIX, 1712. We do have a gap to fill here at 1792. More than likely, we'll probably break that today. Get a little bit of a pullback from where we are now. 1792 is the target on VIX. We also got one at 1998. Pretty tight one there on the 1 hour. So again, keeping an eye on both these gaps to fill if we do get them. More than likely, we'll probably get them today or tomorrow. So, you know, really the big point is no need to do much, at least right now, unless you have trades open, which I do. 42.20 is my support level on S&P. If we get there, I'll look to go long. We got an inverse head and shoulders, at least tilting up. So again, this is my buy zone here, 42.20. If we do and hold, then I would look to go long here, not here. 42.50, if we break it, we may be running out of room, as you can see here on the daily on S&P 500 futures. The next target is really 43.09. So if we break 42.50, we can target 43.09 for longs and keep that 42.20 as support moving forward. So again, I do like ES here once we get to my level that I want. In terms of the Nasdaq, look at that thing. 14,865 is your next target. We are above the 38.2 fib now of 14,367. The goal is to recapture that level. So let me cancel this here. 14,365, very similar to that ES level of 42.20. I want to get there, and if we can hold it, if the buyers can hold that level, I would go long. So I don't want to go long here on Nasdaq. I want to get somewhat of a pullback so I can catch this. In terms of what I have open, members have Amazon runners. We did that on Friday. I still held mine. I still think we get to 123.06 if we do break above that. And again, mine Amazon is for next week expiry. So I'm keeping an eye on this gap fill on Amazon of 125.41. So if we break 123.06, I'm keeping an eye on Amazon 125 calls for next week. I want to buy some time. We also have another gap to fill at 133.62. So Amazon, keep an eye. Maybe we can get a couple of moves in there. Another one I'm taking an eye on is Carvana. Carvana is a high beta trade, high beta setup. So we're at 12.35. The goal here is to get above 13. If we get above 13, I will start taking a look at the possible 14 calls, and the 14 level is right here at the 200-day moving average, 14.26. That would be my target if we get above 13. So again, that is our level. Another stock that I sent out as a UOA, our unusual options activity, I gave it to the blog. Let me go ahead and get this here. For some reason, my Twitter just froze. So let's see if I can find it. ETRN. ETRN. Let's see if I have it. See if I can find it here. See ETRN. Here we go. ETRN. I sent it out on what is this? May 24th. ETRN Equitrans Midstream Corp. October 20, $8 strike, had a 113,000 in vol. That was in at 3:34 in the afternoon on 5:24. And again, it's a simple option scan. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it. But take a look at the stock here at ETRN. ETRN now is at 856 and climbing. It is now up 40%, the stock, just 40% now this morning. Let me see if I can do this here. ETRN plus 40% pre-market. I'm going to go ahead and tweet it so you guys can take a look at it. The reason it soared is because of the debt deal. Senator Joe Manchin had something included in that deal regarding some pipeline installation. I saw the volume and I took it. I didn't go too heavy. But again, if you just want to scan in the future, option scanner, volume, minimum 10,000, press scan. It won't work today, right now, because it's pre-market. But if you're doing option hacker, that's the one we're looking at, option hacker, volume, 10,000, a minimum, and then you just scan and you look what's around. And if those volumes match up with the charts, then you should be okay. I wouldn't go all in on these things. Just be careful. Obviously, they're high risk, but I'm starting to notice that the high beta names like a Carvana, Palantir, and now ETRN, I guess if it's high beta, those names are starting to move. So I want to keep an eye on those names, and it's kind of similar to 2021, if you guys remember. GameStop and Bed Bath and BlackBerry and Space, Virgin Galactic, all those names were moving. So again, we're going to look and see if we can catch those. I actually had a question from Investment Club this morning saying, hey, is there a time to buy? And I said, not yet. Let's see if we can get some kind of pullback in order to get some stocks at least on the cheaper side. We don't want to buy just when they're going up. That's doing it backwards. So let's think of it this way. We're going to trade on the way up, and we're going to invest when it's coming down. A lot easier. So we can make a lot more money trading upside options calls, riding this momentum, than we ever would buying the stock. So let's see if we get some kind of retesting, which I expect that we do. Maybe not today, maybe next week. I expect this week to be just a slow grind, not a grind, but slow melt up, or let's melt up, let's just call it. I sent this this note yesterday or last night. Here it is. And I said here, I personally think we will get more of a short squeeze melt up on a short week. This was sent last night, with really only NFP and jobs number that's in focus. NFP is on Friday, non-farm payroll report. I'm keeping an eye on the high betas, like I said. If this debt plan is really a done deal, I expect more of a short covering type rally, as at a minimum raising the ceiling for 2 years gives it a bit of a backdoor liquidity, hence why Nasdaq is up. Rates should be able to fall back down, and you can see the 10-year is down, and the dollar pulling back. Keep an eye on the dollar pairs as well. Dollar yen, I'm keeping an eye. No bill has been signed or passed either, so headlines are always a risk. We know that. We will take steady as always with the correct, consistent risk management. Focus on getting consistent profits and letting the runners do the work like we have. One of our members, 40% of his profits last week were just runners. Imagine that. Also, the week after this one, not this week, the next week, full week, CPI, PPI, and FOMC, rate decision. So we're going to have the gauntlet next week. So that's going to be action-packed. If we were going to get any kind of pullback or retest of previous resistance, maybe we get to that 100 weekly MA on Nasdaq and the S&P, it's going to be that week. So this week, I expect us to get a little bit more continuation. More people are going to start buying calls. We'll probably get a skew and put call ratios to the downside. And that's what we're looking at for next week, where we get a little bit of a pullback and see what we can do. But as of right now, again, guys, can't fight the momentum. Any kind of pullback here, it really is a buy the dip market, at least for the time being. So again, doesn't mean we have to go all in. It means that we have to be just on point. In terms of news this week, let's see it. Let's see, Forex factory. In terms of we know that earnings are basically done, so nothing to really think about there. We got consumer confidence today, JOLTS job openings, ADP private payroll on Wednesday, manufacturing PMI, and then the NFP on Friday. Not a huge deal because the labor market has been relatively strong. It has still been going strong. You know, unemployment claims are still at multi-decade lows. So we're still getting at least a good environment for us to go higher. But again, it comes to the point where it just gets too much. And then that's what us as traders take advantage. So I think we go higher this week, we melt up, but then next week we get more of a pullback. So let's just be careful. Anything that we do in terms of trading, if you're trying to trade for this week, it needs to be closer to the strike and it needs to be momentum based. Try not to just focus on 40%. If you see 30, 25%, especially when everything is really popping off, things can flip back quickly. I think the best bet is to look for next week expiry. Give us some time, we'll catch that. Just like we did with Amazon last week, we bought some time 2 weeks ahead. So that's really it, guys. I think we're gonna do pretty good, and I'm expecting an undefeated week this week again, just like I do every week. And slow and steady, short week. Short weeks are really tough, so we just have to be extremely careful what we're doing. If you guys caught ETRN, awesome. If you still have Amazon, awesome. If you have Palantir, awesome. If you still have AMD calls, I think AMD expired last week, so let's see if we get a little more juice on AMD. It's now trading at 130, and we're getting a big spike. So again, 133 would probably be next, but 138 is your next fib level. Remove this here. That's our gap fill. Now we have a gap to fill at 110.86. Need to hold 122. Do I really want to go long here? No, I think we'll get some kind of pullback somewhat. A lot of people are going to probably be closing their positions this morning, which is totally fair. And that's where we are, guys. Have a great rest of your morning. We will catch you guys tomorrow for the morning note. Let's make it a great trading Tuesday. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Cheers.